training that we are doing for the technicians, which is basically on what is the pest and what is the chemical and how to treat. Now, that I think is not the whole and soul of training they need. Now they need that, but they also need to have a smartphone. They need to know how to use a smartphone, and they need to be willing to use a smartphone. See, knowing is good. Like, see, many software programs don't succeed because the data input that you've been emphasizing, it doesn't happen. So that's a very good point, and I believe that in our training, we've been overlooking some of the important aspects. For example, grooming and soft skills, that's not happening. And similarly, on smartphone usage and the importance of it. See, today we may be just telling the technician, you do this, but we are not telling him or her why should they do it. Now, when they know why they should do it, I believe that's the first step. See, you may have faced the challenges. You may give an app, okay, but if they don't use it, then the app is of not great use. And like you rightly said, see, at the micro level, if you need the data, you issued so much chemical, how much was actually used. All that has to come to you only through the app. And like you said earlier, we can do all this only through automation. There's no way that we could be going back to our log card era and log all this data.
If I talk about outlet, if store manager is not taking a travel path, gamba or pest walk of his particular outlet, then obviously you will be in trouble. You are not monitoring your property well enough to understand that what is triggering, what is breeding, what is getting generated within the building. So such kind of learning is very important, even for the customers, because, what they does is they raise a ticket that we got a pest inside the outlet. Why it is triggering? When your store was pest free, something has been missed. If even the services are being done by the vendor partner in your outlet, what is the accountability of the manager on the duty? Whether that guy is capable enough to understand the pest management program, whether he's knowing that what kind of chemical is actually approved in SLA and that has to be used. So that will always come through the 360-degree learning, educating people, and if we have more educated people about the industry, business, obviously, it will create better competition and it will create better opportunity for everyone. Because then we'll not have those unorganized players to play in between. That's what also is a major concern as of now. So that can be really helpful for all of us as an industry.
The first and the foremost that we've already discussed is the micro level challenges. I'll say macro level challenges for the super technicians who are working. They are the front face of any company in our industry, because they are the ones who are going to do the service again and again to the same client. And secondly, I would say educating the client. So in our terms, we call it customer education program. That is one of the most important stuff. Third, the technology. Every day now the technology is coming up, new technology is being developed, sustainable, eco-friendly, everything is coming up. So as a pest control operator, we should be focusing more on all these chemicals, more on how we reduce the insect not being killed by a particular chemical, maybe how they don't develop the resistance very quickly, shifting of chemicals every month, and how do we train our technicians to use the technology.
Integrated pest management, we've been talking about it for a long time. So now different forces, things like the sustainability initiatives, they are going to force us to really relook at. So we will have to start looking at things from a far broader perspective. And it will likely be cost economical for us and then result in better customer satisfaction.
I think I agree. A lot of them have made the same points. This technology, I think, will be a game changer going forward. It will enable IPM in terms of monitoring, in terms of analytics. All that will aid. Even technology will help in education. I feel like the way we can even give out information to, because all the teams are on the field.
As we are talking about 4D formula, it's base of it. We have to stick to it. Second, we have to create proactive measures. We have to have proactive plans for whatever treatments we are providing. Taking help of digitalization. So it will create awareness into the market. We should be in a driver's seat, and for that we should have that knowledge. We should able to convince the customer. We should able to demonstrate a whole effect. Then definitely customer will respect. And I think this would be the future of pest management in this industry.
I more focus on data and information, and I drive my people that way. Whatever the data and analytics they are, going to represent in terms of trend reports, effective real trend reports about any of the particular store building or any of the business. Monitoring every call outs strictly. I mean, what kind of call out it is, if a pest has been spotted, what it is, in which area it is, those kind of micro analysis. And when we talk about integration, we have to combine a lot of factors. It is not only about combining the services. It is not only about combining the products or combining the tech. It is like overall approach in terms of internally as well as externally. Externally, if I talk about the customer, we should make them more learned. We should guide them in a better way. We should educate them a bit more about their business, their properties. And if we talk about internally, we have equally, to educate our people, as well as we have to give them better equipments, better tools, better products. Why we are always being bounded by the word of customer that I need cockroach treatment. Why not we are suggesting that, boss, cockroach is the only thing you will encounter inside the building. There could be multiple pests you can, and you should go for a comprehensive integrated pest management program, to run the building effectively and to, clear all your compliances and food safety audits, import exports compliances, whatever they are into. So that's how integration is amazing. Data and technology will always help us to build it more better, more efficient. Because as a business owner, for us, if we are going with a growth of like 10x or 20x at a point of time, we'll not be able to monitor it manually. And at the end, if we try doing that manually, we will die one day by getting a lot of loss of data and information. So that's how we should look at as a leaders, how we can have control on the entire information which is coming to us, how we can vet those informations, whether how real time it is, and how much informative it is, which is giving an overall picture of my business to me. So that's how, obviously, I mean, automation and some kind of learning and experience will always help us to make it more better and more effective down the line.
So, as he said rightly, we should work on the some digital platform which provides the IPM reports, monthly audit reports, trend analysis report, everything in a lesser time. And it should be like, like the when the technician visited client site, they signed on the reports, and the it can be generated reports automatically. So we should go with that kind of digitalization, which really help to reduce the time.
Looking at this industry in next 5 to 10 years, where we are standing today, and what this industry has to do in the next 5 to 10 years, especially in terms of chemicals, because everybody is moving forward for eco chemicals, biochemicals, and how do we get control over these insects? Even for that, many companies are still not, I feel our clients are not supporting us as a technology partner. A lot of the clients, they say, no, we want to do everything manually. We don't want technology to be taken place. Or maybe the service is happening in the night, so nobody is available to sign and they do, yeah, right? These are the basic general challenges that we are facing. Looking at the fact that we need to get to the point where the customer is not on top of us. Instead, we as an expert in the industry should be able to explain it to the clients that this is what we are going to do and this is what we will want you to achieve, so that your premise remains pest free. Right? That's the only thing is I feel is going to be the main component for each and every one of us sitting here. Right? Thank you.